Yeah, so y'all know I went to I went to that hearing the other day. I had everything all lined up and shit. Like, yeah, they can't fuck with me. They can't fuck with me. Well, not legally anyway. So we get to the hearing and all of that. I don't even want to get into all the specifics of it because eventually this shit gonna be a series. This shit gonna be like a mini movie or a series. It's gonna be better than Get Rich or Die Trying. Because it's really going to show you the inner workings of how these systems work and how they protect themselves by not having like an outside regulator or put it like this. You see how the yin and yang is? It's a little bit of that and a little bit of that, and it's balanced. Well, good and bad is the same way. You know, God, the devil. These places are not like that. These places are like a casino. It's set up for you to lose. Whoever wins is just a little bit of advertising for them. But the shit is literally set up for you to lose. I walked in here expecting just, you know, sometimes we get mad at people when they want to go by the book and shit like that. In my situation, I want these niggas to go by the book. I'm explaining to my moms like, yo, mom, I know you saying they playing with Pops and his shit and all that. That's because it's not decided. You know, they can always play a little bit when shit is not decided. But when it's decided already and it's in black and white and they fail to enforce what they said they would do in this situation, when they fail to enforce the statues that they swore to honor, because this is all statue idolatry. It's all statue worship anyway. They're honoring statues. When you're in the courtroom, these laws are based upon statues, if you didn't know that. So that's what their oath is to, and that's what they're sitting there trying to honor. And when they don't do that, they show that the whole system is broke. And that's one of their biggest fears, because when they show that the system is broke, that's when the people get woke. Nobody's gonna play a game that everybody doesn't have the same rules to, or that these group of people get to just adjust it whenever they want to. You feel me? Like, nobody's gonna play that type of game. Like, you need it to work in a way where you're taking what you are training the people what you need to drain them of without them really knowing. Because if they know, then they're not going to comply, and it's not going to be so easy. And you can't rule anyone or anything with force forever. It just doesn't work. If you keep pushing something, eventually it's going to fall off the ledge, or it's going to fall over, or it's going to move. You know what I mean? So you can't keep forcing anything. Not a person. I don't care if you got a spoon and you tapping on this concrete. Eventually you're going to make a dent. Repetitive force is going to move something no matter what. So they know that. And that's why it's a give and take. They might push us a little bit, but then give us back a little bit too. So it's kind of like rocking. You're never really going nowhere. And that's how they got the game set up. I want to show y'all so bad documentation and video. You know, I recorded everything. I got all these motherfuckers. Everybody. They all in cahoots. Everybody. Even the people who act like they supposed to help you. Like the Attorney General, and everybody's in cahoots. Because remember, to get to their position, they probably done passed some of these people that you asking them to now fry. So what we dealing with is a bunch of motherfuckers who's sitting in there doing illegal shit. That's how Epstein got everybody. Because once you start doing bullshit, now you vulnerable to be blackmailed into more and more bullshit. Before you know it, you are bullshit. That's literally how it works. And that's why only clean people should be allowed to even have a say-so in other people's lives. How the fuck are you up here trying to dictate somebody's life and you're a complete scumbag and you're not honoring the statutes and rules and oaths that you took to sit in this fraudulent ass spot in the first place? It doesn't make sense. And again, that's why they fear the news. That's why they control the news. Because if I was able to publicize this to everybody, like literally just show them black and white, look at this. It's a judgment from a judge. It says that these people owe me. They aren't paying me. I went back in front of the same judge who issued the judgment, and she said she'll have to think about it. When the law says the reason I'm back in front of you is for a penalty hearing because they haven't paid me. So that means we're not even here for you to have discretion or discuss whether or not they have to pay me. That's already established and affirmed and vested. It's law of the case, meaning that it can't be overturned because they never appealed the decision. So the only way to overturn that is to overturn a statute. And you know who does that? The legislature. A judge can't do that. She's just a bitch in a robe, as far as I'm concerned, because she lost all respect for me when she didn't honor her own oath and do what the law says do. It doesn't matter if that's your friend. And that's why I can't respect them, because either they're arrogant or stupid. There's no way in the world you jeopardize your legacy and your seat there for somebody who really will fry you for committing these felonies that you're doing, but for a carrier or a lawyer or these people you don't know when you have no incentive to do so. There's really no incentive. You're a judge already. The only thing you're up here to do is to be fair and to make sure that the law, you're a referee. So when the referees are cheating, what happens? What happened with the NBA when the referees started cheating? It fucked it up. Nobody want to bet. It makes it very scary when the people who are there to establish rules aren't trustworthy. And that is my situation. I'm not just yapping it and talking it. I have a real, I'm going to show y'all better than I could tell y'all. In about an hour, I'm going to have a piece of paper from the capital of my state, which is Albany. And that piece of paper is going to allow me to go seize their bank accounts. Because you know why? I had to bypass the city and the local jurisdiction out here because they all in cahoots together. And the ones that's not in the cahoots is scared to say something because people will go against God before they go against the devil now. It don't matter what nobody say. You're going to keep that job. You'll be right with God when you die and get there. But down here, you're going to do what the devil say. Because if you do what's right, you're going to be fucked up. And people not willing to be fucked up. They're not willing to be. They scary. They devil worshipers on the low. And they cowards. And they don't deserve the glory of God. Because deserving the glory of God is fighting battles like this. That's what Jesus and all these people that y'all scream and yell about did. They came back and fight battles, wake people up, break them free of the chains. You can't be subscribed to a system that hates you and think that every time it concedes a little bit that you came up. That's craziness, bro. That's real craziness. That's like me beating the fuck out somebody over and over, and then every time I stop and smoke with them, they think we cool. That's insanity. The same thing these motherfuckers do to you. And when somebody's trying to explain it to you, even that can become difficult. You can't take it. They got new virus out here and new bullshit going on with the rats now. Y'all ain't see it? Yeah, they got new shit going on. Now they about to kill 200,000-300,000 of y'all. Population control with this new shit they got about to get off the airplane. I just seen it not too long ago. Talking about, Spain let their people in and they're going to quarantine them and they sent everybody else back to their country. Y'all think this shit is a joke and these people really be playing with y'all, man. I be thinking it's a joke sometimes too. I go to my motherfucking car and just sit there and ride around and try to be cool. You know what I mean? But in the back of my head, this shit never leave, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. In the back of my head, I never stop thinking about this shit because I'm angry. I'm fake angry inside. Like, I really motherfuckers played with me and I ain't get no get back and it's still going on. I'm angry. I'm not a coward. I can recognize, have like even back in the day, if I have a fight and I lose, I can say I lost. Well, the system is beating the shit out of us and I recognize it. I'm not gonna act like it's not. I'm gonna wake up every day and know that that's what's happening and deal with my life as such. And if you want to consider, oh, you act like you live in that, well, you can act like you're not then. You can act like you're not living in hell then. I have moments where I act like I'm not, but I'm not gonna spend my whole shit acting like I'm not when I really am. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna spend my whole shit trying to escape every chance I get, trying to set a trip or just I'm not gonna do that. Because if I do that, I won't never get a second to try to swing back at these motherfuckers. And I definitely won't do that. Y'all ain't mad enough. Can't be mad enough. Can't be. I talked to like two lawyers today, and every time I spoke to one of them motherfuckers, they start talking like they was mad smart and I wasn't. Soon as I pick up the phone, I'm gonna ask the question. How the fuck you gonna ask the questions and you don't even know what's going on? You should shut up and let somebody tell you what's going on, and then you ask questions around that and whatever other questions that you may have. That should turn me off right off the rip. And this is from a reputable firm. Yeah. But people think they smart when they learn something from the opposition. Your kids would think they mad smart if you sat down and taught them something in the house, but nobody else in the world gave a fuck about that. They would think they're fucking experts until they went outside. Then they would realize, don't nobody give a fuck about that shit you talking about, because it's all part of the fraud. Y'all don't even remember back in the day. I just laugh because I just seen this motherfucker stumbling. And y'all remember back in the day, none of these white people could walk. And I'm not being funny when I say that. Like, they all walk like dorks and shit. Well, if you want to think about that alien shit and how they say aliens are here, that was when they was coming, nigga. Men in Black wasn't a joke. You got to pay attention to this shit if you want to go through fucking, what they call it? Conspiracy theories. Think about the back in the day when white people came outside, nigga. Them niggas could not walk. They couldn't dance. They were like twitchy and shit like that, nigga. That's how the aliens was in the Men in Black movie, nigga. They was wearing suits. Now all these niggas smooth. These niggas got melanin. It's crazy. I ain't watching this shit for what it really is. Yeah, I used to ride down the same block in my car feeling mad good, feeling accomplished. But in the back of my head, that shit still was there. That shit never gonna leave, man. That shit never gonna leave, man. Cause 2 fingers in your butt just don't feel like 3. So you should be able to know the difference. You always gotta know how it's really going down, what they really doing to you. You know what I'm saying? Gotta know what's going on. This is just my little daily dose. You know what I mean? Just tap in with y'all to remind you motherfuckers that there's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. Remember? Prodigy. What is that? 95. Right. What's going on here? So the tickets that we get are from the Department of Financial Services, which is what I was explaining to y'all. So it just so happens I happen to walk right here and look, the tickets that we get are from the Department of Financial Services, right? That's not from like the penal part of the law, which is what these guys work for. So you see how it all comes together, how it colludes. These guys are outside enforcing for the city. They're policy enforcers. You know, policy is not the law. Policy is a company's law. The city is a municipality. It's a city. So it has policies. These are the policy enforcers for the city. Every city has them. That's what police is, if y'all don't understand. Y'all think the police is for people. No, the police are the policy enforcers for the city. They enforce the codes, regulations, and rules for the city, the town, the village, or the state. That's elected by the people in a county to govern the county. That's why the sheriffs are hired. They do what somebody told them to do because that's how it works. They don't know what they're doing. So you feel smart when somebody teaches you something, although you might not understand what it is. You got to follow that procedure. So they feel smart in following procedure, but again, procedure is not intelligence. This is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. Y'all got to pay attention to the words. You got to pay attention to what's really going on. Do you think that you could wake up? Look at them. Look at them. Their job is to show us how to abide by the law, not to break it. That's why I sue them and win all the time. Because they don't understand what they're doing on this level. But when it gets to the judicial part, it's a whole different ball game. That's when that suit don't matter. And clowns have to go to school too. Anybody who put on a suit goes to school. It doesn't mean you're smart when you don it. Plumbers, anybody, you're smart in your field. So, just like I told a lawyer today, you spent 50 hours on a case to settle for $5,000 instead of spending 2 days on the case and settling for $50,000. Because mindset, they've been taught to settle. They don't go into nothing trying to litigate up to the Supreme Court. They don't do that. They've been taught to settle. And that is the reason why whenever you get a lawyer, you better know what you're talking about first before you tell them anything, because what they're going to go in there and do is what the system tell them to do. The system, the rules are set up, the laws are set up to govern all of us so that we can follow them. Because if they wasn't, then you wouldn't have that power. You would have to do push-ups and work out in order to tell somebody what to do. So the laws are here to govern everybody. They're not here to fuck you over. They're here to govern these niggas too. The laws are to govern everybody. They're not here to fuck you over. But the mentality and enforcing it, oh no. By the time somebody realizes what happened, you got to take their house and their car. You got to perform bank levies through the Brooklyn Supreme Court. You got to get the marshals to go run down on them and act as your court officer. That's how you do things, you know. And again, I don't know what's going on here. I'm not speaking about this man's situation because I don't know what's going on with him. You know, he could actually have broken one of the policies. I don't know. But what I do know is that these individuals here, they don't be knowing what they doing except what somebody told them to do. That's what I know for 100% fact. They're probably a little irritated by me standing here, although they shouldn't be. But this is the mentality I'm talking about. That's exactly the mentality I'm talking about. There should be no irritation. It should be a learning experience for everybody if you don't know. You know? But like I was telling y'all, in this whole court situation, right? I pretty much got the judge in a situation where She's going to question her actions in the morning because the office of the secretary in Albany overrode her call today. And they FedEx me the seal that I need to go to the Supreme Court down here. So I've effectively taken the administrative part and turned it judicial, and it's no longer in their jurisdiction. That's what y'all got to know about exits. There's ways that you can get these things out of the. They want to arrest him so bad, but they wondering what I'm doing. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't gonna stop nothing. But if they doing something illegal, at least it's gonna be on tape. I ain't stopping nothing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna walk right the hell away. But it's my duty as a citizen, or they call me, right, to record. This shit kind of fucking me over. I gotta get back to get my FedEx. Let's see if this motherfucker's still in here when I come out. I'm going to the store. Let's see. Or if they snatch him up by then. Because that's what they definitely trying to do. All that keep on talking and shit. Niggas trying to arrest niggas. All that keep on talking and shit. Oh, here go the D's. They must have called the D's. They always got their neck cracked down like they sneaking and doing shit. That's what I don't understand. If you're doing it, they'll go arrest the nigga. If he did something, other than that, stop sneaking and doing bullshit, man. That's the shit that irritate me, man. Niggas always sneaking around. Because these niggas are probably aliens. These are the people we be talking about. Look.
It's great.
Niggas look weird as hell, like little aliens or some shit. Y'all remember white people couldn't walk? Looked like they had suits on. Now they got style and shit. They moving around now. Me scared of them niggas. I keep trying to tell y'all, the people is the power. All that marching around, you doing that on behalf of us. That's where the power comes from. Because if people knew that they didn't have any power, you wouldn't have none. So you got to always remind them. You do that on behalf of the people. Otherwise, nigga, that shit don't matter. You gotta look at your real little body in real life and realize that your little body is really just your little body. If people don't care about what you're talking about, you are in danger. It's a little ass body.
I'm gonna go. Look, it's right. I'm gonna just back up.
Bomba Clyde. I told them two hood niggas outside, like, yeah, I was talking about them. That nigga pulled off so fast, he's like, oh, them the feds. I was like, that's why, but he'll back that thing out and shoot his brother down there. I bet he would. I bet he would. That shit is insanity to me, and super coward. Niggas damn near ran out the store. At the feds. Damn near ran when he seen him. The feds. Nigga, they work for the people, nigga. You're supposed to be proud when you see them.
250 to do with that. Yeah. Cheap clothes.
Big bro. Big bro, can I get a red, please?
Yeah.
When you get a chance. You know I'm no rush. I'll wait for you. It doesn't matter what we think. You got to go by the rules. If you can't say the truth in front of people, then you're working for the devil, bro. Nobody want to be powerless. That's what they supposed to represent, the truth. So you shouldn't be scared of the truth. That's real cowardism too. That's why it's mad cowards out here. But people be scared to say exactly what's going on instead of, because it makes you seem crazy. Like, so what? You know what's crazy to me? Eating babies and shit. That's crazy. The fuck? That's what's crazy. Eating babies, don't you think? Alright, so shouldn't be scared to say the truth. I'll sue entire departments.